So, okay, what about the individual protective factors? First of all, what do we know about factors that promote and protect against stress? I've mentioned controllability as an important factor. We know from studies that, and even experimental studies, that uncontrollable stress is associated with negative effects on the immune function and even sort of tumor growth in lab animals. And if we look at this model and look at work-related stress, there's a model called the controlled demand model, and that tells us from numerous studies that the workplaces that are really stressful are those where there are high job demands and low controllability. So when workers or students have low levels of influence on their situation and experience high demands, they'll experience high strain. So it's that's extremely important. Controllability is really important. This is indirectly related to the concept of self-efficacy. And self-efficacy is our belief in our capabilities to organize and execute the courses of actions that are required to obtain specific results we would like. So I can have, for example, high exam-related self-efficacy. So if I feel generally that I'm really good at taking exams, when I go and take an exam, I feel confident that I'll do well. Then I have high exam-related self-efficacy. And we know that everything else being equal, that if people study the same amount, are equally intelligent, know equally much about the subject, if one has high exam-related self-efficacy and another low, the good grades will go to the person with high self-efficacy. No doubt about that. So where does self-efficacy come from? Well, it comes from mastery experiences. So the more experiences we have with mastering challenges, the more our self-efficacy will grow. If we have fiascos, we try something and it doesn't work, our self-efficacy will be reduced. But it has to be something that is difficult. It has to be difficult situations. If there's difficult challenges where we really need to work hard and then succeed, our self-efficacy will go up. We can also have vicarious experiences. That's learning from others, role models, other people telling us, well, I did this and that, and then I succeeded. And you say, okay, I can do that. So you learn through role models. You can have imagined experiences. You can do like guided imagery. You can visualize yourself going through the steps leading to the desired endpoint. And that will even increase your self-efficacy. And when you get constructive feedback, that will increase your self-efficacy. So this is, where the teachers and your peers, the students in your groups, for instance, can help you increase your self-efficacy by giving you constructive feedback. Okay. Another sort of important factor is emotional competence. All emotions, there's a reason we have emotions. They're functional, of course, but they're not always adaptive. I mean, there's a reason we are able to experience anxiety and fear, especially because that will help us, try to run away if there's a danger. We can experience anger because that will help us fight when that is necessary. We can experience depression, sadness, because that will signal to our surroundings that we need support and help, that we are vulnerable. And we can experience positive emotions like happiness, because that will help us move towards things that are beneficial for us. So emotional competence involves that we are able to identify the emotions we have and the feelings we're experiencing. So I know whether I'm actually experiencing anger or sadness or anxiety, or not just feeling not well, right? So if I know what I feel, then I'm much better equipped to understand my feelings, then I'm much better equipped to express my feelings to others, and this will help in an appropriate manner, and this will help me deal with stressors. It will help me be able to ask for the support from others that I need, etc. So having emotional competence is really important. And another factor that's extremely important is social support, social relations. We are social beings, humans. And there's very good evidence that social relations and social support serve as stress buffers. It doesn't stop us from experiencing stressors, but it really helps us deal with stressors. And they're associated with improved mental health and physical health and reduced mortality. And these are just some examples of items from a questionnaire measuring social support. So is there someone in my network with whom I can totally be myself? People who accept me totally, including both our worst and best points, etc. And the more you can say yes to these questions, the better you are off. The better you are protected against the negative consequences of stress. So, but interesting, a lot of more recent studies have shown that it's not only about receiving social support, it seems to be protected when you are giving social support. When you engage in voluntary work, helping others, then you actually do better. You live longer, etc. That's some of the more recent research that shows that. And it's even, I mean, there's some studies where they randomize students to two groups. And one group of university students were asked to do sort of good deeds every week for 5 weeks. And they were given like a catalog of things they could do, give money to homeless, or give them food, helping old ladies cross the street, or whatever, you know. And the other group should just continue as usual. And it turned out that after the experimental condition, that those who were asked to engage in various types of social support for others, they had fewer negative emotions, more positive emotions. They felt more socially accepted. They even did better at their exams. So there's some benefits. So generally, we know that meaningfulness is extremely important to us. So meaningfulness is and experiencing my life as meaningful is primarily associated with orientation toward things that reach beyond myself and my own interests. It's about others, the things out there. And so this is what we know from various studies, that helpfulness, altruism, voluntary work are associated with greater life satisfaction and better physical health. Right. So, yes.